So, as of recording, just yesterday I uploaded a video regarding my opinions on the situation of Cenk and Hassan Piker being barred from entry into the UK because they are supposedly disruptive to the public good, which is a very convenient cop-out for the government to use whenever they don't feel like explaining themselves and their actions. But immediately now, this has only drawn up more questions, and let me show you why.
To create further division, hatred, or tension, we want his story to make our streets safer for everyone.
Henry's family have responded to this in just the most extraordinarily dignified way. But I suggest the rest of us respond to this with pure, cold rage.
The horrific murder of 18-year-old student Henry Novak by Vikram Digwa is being ruthlessly and hideously exploited by reform, by the far right, by racists generally. Yesterday, the far...
Now, I would highly recommend going and watching the full video from Owen Jones because he puts it into perspective pretty well. But the thing I want to talk about is how this is very, very concerning with the direction of the UK, because when Hassan and Cenk were banned, the government was very quick. Those in power were very quick to say, oh, they just weren't conducive to the public good. They copped out hard. But they can't do that here, because these people are inciting violence, clear and simple. Hassan and Cenk, yeah, they were debaters. They made people question, they made people talk, they forced conversations. This is just a blatant push for violence. He literally said, respond in cold rage.
But I suggest the rest of us respond to this with pure, cold rage.
He is genuinely, in the most blatant way possible, outside of just saying, go kill people, he is just blatantly saying, we need to act violently. So what are they going to do about that? Because if debating in a controlled environment is not conducive to public good, I'm damn sure telling people to just go out and commit acts of violence is far worse than just disrupting public good. If the government can arrest protesters for sitting with signs, I am damn sure they can arrest violent rioters. In fact, they should be double arresting them. They should be arresting them immediately. Realistically, logically, if the punishment for sitting outside with a sign is getting dragged off into a car and transported to prison, I see no reason violent rioters shouldn't get the same treatment. Because what they're doing is far fucking worse. That aside, I also want to bring up Big Man Nigel's history on matters like this. Because if you remember correctly, a similar issue happened years ago in the US. The murder of George Floyd at the hands of police. Now, I don't know if anyone remembers this, but Nigel had a very different take when George Floyd was murdered by American police. He, instead of supporting the people who were fighting against the police, did the opposite. He went and started insulting them, likening them to the Taliban. So, what is the difference between the two situations in which one of them he's calling the protesters equivalent to the Taliban for peacefully protesting? As far as I can see it, with the exception of a few bad actors, this was a peaceful protest. And yet, in the UK, he's literally telling people, get fucked up, pop off. So what is the difference? There's one difference that I can see quite blatantly. The difference being, one was stabbed and denied medical treatment by the police. So one was stabbed by someone else and was denied medical treatment by the police. The other one was suffocated by police. So, in this situation, realistically, both were killed by police. Regardless of what your opinion is, both of their lives ended because of the police in question. But when Floyd was killed by the police, Nigel was very quick to slander the people who were protesting the police. Now, another guy is killed by the police, but instead of slandering the people protesting like he did last time, he's actively telling them to be violent. He's actively inciting violence. That's just my opinion on it, realistically. But I don't see any other perspective, really. Because he's literally, in the most blatant way, incited violence. Like, there can be no argument here. There is no argument. The proof is right in front of our eyes. He incited violence. He told people to act violently. But yeah, I'm not the most politically adept, so I could be wrong. Feel free to let me know in the comments.